In South Carolina, among the areas where slave plantations used to be, a terrifying spirit is said to haunt the locals. A creature that is vampiric in nature and appears only once you have fallen asleep. It's an evil that is far too real for the people of the African Gullah culture. They call it a Boohag. The Gullah culture came from various African heritages that were all placed in the low country region of the U.S. states of Georgia, North and South Carolina, and Florida. Among those heritages came the belief in evil supernatural entities known as hags. Supernatural beings that resemble ugly old women and use their powers for insidious acts. This is where the legend of the Boohag originates. The Boohag is a creature of the night that uses witchcraft to steal the life force from sleeping people. They are similar to vampires, as they are nocturnal undead beings that feed off the living. Although, a Boohag is not out for blood. It wants your life force, your soul. It steals a person's soul by crouching on a victim's chest as they sleep and sucking the air and life energy from their open mouth. As they feed on one's life force, the victim will be filled with nightmares and chest pain, a common symptom of sleep paralysis. The soul-sucking can be extremely tiring for the victim, leaving them feeling exhausted, even if they slept all night. If a person wakes up during a Boohag's feeding, it will rip their skin off and use it as a disguise in the daytime. Boohags appear like skinless humans, only with more elongated limbs. Their red muscles are exposed, as are their bulging blue veins. Their eyes are large and reflective like a cat's. Boohags can have long, flowing white hair that resembles the hair of a decomposing corpse. These creatures have created a gruesome way to hide themselves in the daylight. They wear the skin of their victims to hide from public attention and the sun's deadly rays. So how do you fend off a being that can hide during the day and only attacks once you're asleep? A key tool in your survival is the color blue. Haint blue, to be exact. The color can be made with indigo, which was a popular crop grown on plantations with slaves. Indigo dye is symbolically used in African culture, as the color haint blue is used to ward off evil spirits. This is because the specific color can trick Boohags into thinking they've stumbled into water, which they cannot cross. Or it can confuse them into thinking they are closer to the sky, which is not where any victims would be, and is closer to the deadly sun. That's why in many parts of South Carolina, you'll find houses with porch ceilings, fences, and window shutters colored haint blue. The people of South Carolina have also taken to putting blue bottles on the ends of tree branches. Ghosts and spirits will slip into the bottles, but cannot escape due to the color of the bottle keeping them inside. If an empty bottle is ringing or rustling, you know you caught a ghost. There is a way to delay Boohags from getting to you. Boohags are obsessed with numbers. For reasons I don't quite understand, if they see a straw broom, they will count each individual strand of straw. This can buy you precious time to escape, or waste the hag's time until the sun comes up. But be careful. Some hags count faster than others, so having extra brooms or strainers in your room will help slow the hag down. If you awaken to find a Boohag on your chest, do not panic. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do in that moment, because if you resist or try to attack a hag while she's on your chest, she will take your skin and use it for her next disguise. You must pretend to be asleep until the hag leaves. You'll be exhausted, but you'll be alive. Killing a Boohag is no easy feat. It requires preparation and planning. But it can be done. Like vampires, sunlight is fatal to Boohags, but getting it in the light is difficult. Boohags are faster and stronger than they look, so facing it head-on is not advised. Like other spirits, salt can be effective at hurting a Boohag, as the salt on its muscles will not only burn it, but make it very difficult and painful to return to its skin suit. And a Boohag without a skin suit by morning will die in the sunlight. A Boohag will hide its skin suit before searching for prey, so it's up to you to find the skin suit and coat it in salt. The hag will return near the end of the night and be unable to put on its skin and perish in the morning sun. This method is favorable because by the time the hag returns to the suit and realizes it has been salted, the sun is already coming up, giving it no time to find another human to steal skin from. So you have two ways to go about this. If you simply wish to ward off a hag, paint your window shutters, porches, fences, and other areas of the house haint blue. Make sure all your doors, windows, and any other openings are securely locked and shut. Boohags are incredibly crafty and can fit through the smallest cracks and openings in a house. Keep brooms and strainers in your room to distract the Boohag, as they will be compelled to count each piece of straw or strainer hole, and can spend all night counting, keeping you safe. If you wake up to a Boohag riding you, do not engage. Just pretend to be asleep and let it move on. Then, in the morning, take the previously mentioned safety measures. Your second, more permanent solution is to kill it. You need to get it in sunlight. You can do this by using the broom counting method to distract it until the sun comes up. Or you can toss salt on the hag, which prevents it from getting into its protective skin suit. Another method is to find the empty skin suit that was hidden by the hag and cover it in salt, which makes the suit too painful for the hag to put back on. Once exposed to sunlight, the Boohag will die. Be wary when sharing details about your plans to deal with a Boohag. You never know whose skin a hag is wearing in the day, and she could be using your own plans against you. So if you've been waking up in the morning feeling tired and having constant nightmares and chest pain, you might be the victim of an undead nightly visitor. This is Chris saying, don't let the hag ride ya.